Hey y'all, it is the day after Christmas, and this will probably be the last video for a while, just because we got some new plans on our plate. So, as y'all know, behind me here, the crack in the basement wall, we didn't really know where to go, so we just called the insurance company since we've been carrying an insurance policy on our house, and we had an adjuster come out within a couple of days, which was pretty awesome, and really nice guy. Took some pictures, some measurements for us, and then submitted his report the next day. Just gave him all the information that I could regarding the situation, and then he sent his report along to his boss. And then I waited about a week till Friday. What would that be? 22nd of December. And called the lady who was his boss, and I gave her my claim number, and she said, "Oh, you've been denied, and you've been sent a denial letter. So have a nice day." So not really what we wanted to hear, but don't really know the details. But once we get that letter, whenever we do, I'll look at the contact information and just go over the policy in detail with somebody to see if something like what happened should have been covered, and if so, then maybe there's some sort of appeals process. But in the meantime, we had a family meeting. I don't like to call it that, but just to sit down with the family, kind of a discussion to see just what we should be doing next as a family, just giving and getting all of everyone's input. And so what we've decided to do is actually sounds crazy, but we're just gonna scrap the house. We're just gonna walk away from it. And our double wide that is across the front of the property here, we are gonna have it towed away. There was a gentleman that came about 5-6 months ago asking if he could have it, or purchase it, and I told him if he can tow it away, it's his. But it's been quite a while, and at this point we need to move. So I'll be giving him a call and just letting him know our situation, and if there's any way that he can get this thing moved in the next couple weeks, that would be great. Otherwise we're just going to be kind of in a bind, and we're just going to have to get rid of it ourselves. Feel a little bit bad for him if he's not able to get it, but at the same time, we got to worry and take care of our family. So so that's kind of where we're at. And then we'll move that double wide. We will prep the area where it was. We'll pour a slab, and we're going to purchase a new double wide and put it on that slab, and then kind of wall it in, if you will, and make it permanent. Now with that, because of course I'm unemployed right now, because I took my severance and was making that float us while we were building our house, you can't really qualify for a loan for a new house when you don't have a job. So I'm gonna have to go back to work, and which is fine. It's totally fine, and just sort of gives me an opportunity to maybe shift directions a little bit as to what I was doing before. And so now, it being the week between Christmas and New Year's, things with companies in the tech industry are usually pretty slow right now. But I have found just a couple of positions that are available that look interesting. So over the next week, I'll be looking for a position, maybe applying for one, and just doing a little digging and research on manufactured homes and what's available, because here in Tennessee lots of people are moving here, and so prices are a little high, but also availability is a little sparse. So we'll see what's available, and hopefully we can get one soon. So the goal is to hopefully have a new job, have the old double wide moved, and have a slab poured and a new double wide in its place by the end of March, we'll say. So beginning of spring, I think. So that's a goal. So we got about 3 months time to do that. And one other thing is we're not sure if the septic is legitimate on the double wide. It may be what they call out here a cowboy septic, which is kind of just the sewer drain line goes into a 55-gallon drum and with a bunch of holes poked in it. And so that's kind of like a septic tank / leach field all at the same time. So we don't know if that's the case or not. So we have to do a little investigation there too. So I've got enough in our severance fund and also still in our building fund for the house that all this should be not a problem at all, and still have a down payment for getting a new manufactured home. And but anyway, this is all just best for the family, just so we have a sense of I don't know what the word is, but just being established and finally being moved in, and some stability, I guess, is the best word. Just because we've been here now a year and a half, and we, as most of you know, we moved here in our fifth wheel. We were living in a fifth wheel for a couple months, and we had a fire in that, had to move into a small rental. So we've been in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath rental for the 6 of us since July of last year. And so it's just time to get settled and get some stability going on. And we're just going to put the house build off for indefinitely. This manufactured home may be what the kids know is their last home as youth until they move on to do what they are going to do as adults. So maybe a decade or so, and then we'll look at maybe not rebuilding, but just starting a new build here with this house. So pretty much the plans are with this thing is I'm just going to leave it here. I've mitigated the water issue. We had almost an inch of rain here over Christmas, and I dug just an open top French drain across the whole front of the house to see if that would mitigate some of the water, and it's done a really great job. Everything's dry in the places that it wasn't before, so that's good. Measure the crack again in the basement wall. It hasn't moved at all, so I think it should be okay now for the future. But I'm just going to leave this house pretty much where it's at, and it'll be ugly for a while. And once we get things shifted around, I'm going to return the material that we didn't use to Home Depot, get some money back there, and just don't want to waste supplies and things. And I don't really need it for anything future wise, but well, in the near future, we'll say. So yeah, so that's the plan. I'll try to keep posting some videos here that are build related, just because that's sort of the premise of our channel here. Maybe some more deconstructing, or maybe some more constructing as we get the slab poured and things for the double wide. So but I'll just try to keep you all updated, and thanks for sticking with us, and thanks to you who've just been praying for us. We really appreciate it. And it's just kind of a tough situation, but as we move forward, it'll be good. It'll be okay. So yeah, I guess that's it for now. I don't really have anything to show. I think since the last time that I posted a video, but I'll just I'll try to keep it quick. I'll do just a quick review of the latest work that we did that I may not have included in the last video, and then I'll just call that a wrap for all the stuff on the house. But anyway, again, just wanted to let you all know that's where we're at with our build here on the house. It's just, we're calling it quits. Doesn't sound too positive, but it is what it is. So, and we just feel like there's still a whole lot to work through with the existing home. So at this point, it would just be better just to slowly deconstruct it down to the dirt and start fresh. Because yeah, from the time it was built, 1975, it was built by someone who didn't really know what they were doing. So that's where we are with that. So anyway, so I'll flip this around and I'll show you all the last work that we did, just as a sort of a review. And then again, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone. And we will try to continue to post fairly frequently, just give you an update on what's going on, and try to include some building things too, or deconstruction, just depending on what we're doing that week. So without further ado, I'll flip this around. So just as a review, this is our addition here that we were building. We poured, the footer and the stem wall all the way around, and Silas and I framed, that's my oldest son, he and I framed this whole outside wall here up to this last corner, and of course got all the bottom plate all in and all the nuts and washers all tightened down. This was a window. This I left because there was an interior wall that was going to tie in here, 2x4 wall, so I left that stud out so that we could put the two top plates in here and then put the 2x6 in there. And then this was a door opening, and as you can see, the ceiling was really low on the deck. It's I can't remember what it was, 7 foot something, not even close to 8 feet. But so the header over the door is actually a 2x4, not a 2x10, just because we didn't have the space to do that, to still have a opening for a standard height door with a 36-inch opening or width. And then we framed this in, left room for a window here. We got a little crazy because we wanted to get this done, and I forgot to leave that stud out there for the other window on the other side. But obviously no big deal because it's all going to come down eventually anyway. So, and then I got this corner finished, got the top plates up. We're going to put a header over here since this was an opening. Even though there's not a whole lot of weight here, I still just wanted to make sure that was solid. So that's where we stopped with the framing right there. And then again, we had the bottom plate there and most of the top plates done. But again, just it's at a standstill now. So that was the last stuff we were working on, and this was the last corner. And man, it was this pole is actually it's not even touching the ground. It's suspended. I could go up there and shake it if I wanted to. So we cut this 4x4 so that we could slowly kind of work down here, and it wouldn't be so drastic jacking this up, and because this just continually sloped down and it's not level at all. It was it had as it went further down, the slope got steeper and steeper. So by the time we were done jacking up these last couple of joists here, you can see there's still a bend there. So we've got to jack this up, but we can't really do that because we got to put a top plate all the way in. So anyway, so we were just going to leave it like this until we framed from behind me up to it, and then remove this stuff. But yeah, so even with that bend and these things sort of jacked to the moon, this beam is still up in the air and it's still not straight. So it'll be fun to you know, tear this down. But probably gonna start from the top down. Do the roof first, so that way it's a little less dangerous. And when we go to, you know, tear this down, the only thing above it is just these beams. So anyway, so that's what's going on here. The plan is to probably start at the roof and slowly tear it down. Now that's much further down the road. I'm not in any hurry to tear this down. This can sit forever and ever as far as I'm concerned. And then once we get down to the block walls, we'll tear all the block walls down. And then the slab will come in with probably like a bobcat with a like a demo tip, sort of like a jackhammer tip on it, attachment, and we'll just demo the whole slab and then come out here and do the same with our stem wall and footer, even though it's reinforced, because I put all the rebar in it. It should come up just fine, especially because it's still pretty green right now, meaning it was just poured not too long ago. So the earlier I get on that, the easier it'll be to break up, as opposed to this slab that's been here since the 70s. So it's pretty rock solid. One last thing I wanted to show y'all is sorry, as I come up the stairs, is to look out here, and I'll show you how crazy this is. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I can see it with my eye, but you can kind of see where this wall goes, and then it just starts sloping down big time. I'm being dramatic, but so it starts right about here and starts sloping down. But it looks like a Ripley's Believe It or Not or something. I don't know, to me. But again, I don't know if that's coming through on the camera, but with my bare eye, naked eye, it looks pretty crazy. And you just kind of look like everything over to about this wall, maybe this line in the deck right here is jacked up where it's supposed to be. And then you can kind of see it just slopes all the way down to that corner. And yeah. So again, it's just, do I really want to try to mess with all that? I don't know. And this is my piles of tar paper that I've been pulling off the subfloor. I don't know, maybe I haven't videoed any of this, but this is all the tar paper that I've been pulling off the kitchen and the front room. So all that's gone, all in preparation that I was going to cut all the subfloor out, and we got a stack of new subfloor outside that I was going to lay down, but obviously that's not going to happen anymore. So I just had the hallway here and what was going to be 2 bedrooms, and this master, half of the master left. So anyway, that's where I was at with that. Pulled up some of the deck boards here to get to underneath to see when I attach the top plates to the bottom of these rim joists here, what that was going to look like. So and then of course all the subfloor is gone off the top of this decking. All the interior walls are gone that were here. So it's just the load bearings that are left. And yeah, so that's what the upstairs look like. But now this is all level, like from here all the way out, it's all nice and level. From one side to the other, it's all nice and level. So I learned a lot, but unfortunately it was all for nothing. Not really, but as far as for this house, you know, nothing's gonna happen with that. But anyway, just wanted to show you what was up here. I wasn't sure if I had filmed any of that for y'all, but anyway, so that's where we're at. And you got any questions or comments or anything? Of course, always throw them in the comment section. I appreciate it. And yeah, we'll talk to you later.